Hey guys, our ambassador today is Mr. Jason Jones of North Central Oklahoma. Jason and his wife of 20 years have 4 kids, 3 daughters and a son, the oldest of which is studying ag ed at Oklahoma State University right now. Jason, too, is furthering his education. For the past 7 years, he's worked as a quality specialist for an aerospace company, but now he's working to go the next step and earn a degree to be a quality control engineer. For Jason, heritage is an ongoing quest, and connecting with his ancestors, including on a spiritual level, is his primary focus. He says that, like many of us in the USA, he struggled to find a strong cultural identity. Then, along came Ancestry DNA. Jason dove headfirst into genealogy and discovered connections to several clans. To name a few, Gunn, Mackenzie, Sinclair, Urquhart, and McKinnon. As he puts it, being of Scottish and Welsh descent means a lot to me today. It's a reminder of where I come from and the values that have been passed down through the generations. It's a source of pride and identity that shapes who I am. Jason has found a number of ways to connect with his past, the traditions, and the stories. For instance, he's a passionate Highland athlete. He's going into his 3rd season right now. And Jason is actively creating customs that can help his whole family to bond. Like how this past holiday season, he and his wife invited friends and family over for what they dubbed a Scottish Christmas, complete with some really tasty foods. Jason first got into kilting about 7 years ago while his son was a Cub Scout. He once ran across a troop that was entirely kilted up, all the scouts and the scoutmaster as well. Quote, "So I did what anyone does in this age. I Googled kilts and scouting. I soon learned that Clan McLaren had very strong ties to scouting, so that was my first tartan." Jason feels he's met some of the best people in his life while at kilted events. As he puts it, kilts just bring people together. Kilts and good scotch. So I mentioned earlier how Jason feels very strongly about connecting with his ancestors in a spiritual way. Well, as it happens, he is a pagan and practices with members of the Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids. The Obod structure allows him to blend both Gaelic and Nordic cultural inspirations. As he puts it, in the Norse tradition, there is a lot of ancestor veneration, and this is where I began to see a lot of ties that my family had to the Celts as well as to the Norse. While other Obod members may wear robes for special occasions, Jason instead wears his clan gun tartan kilt. As he puts it, donning the kilt makes me feel a much stronger connection to the ancestors than the robe would. So I asked Jason what advice he would give to a younger version of himself, and his answer was simply, enjoy the ride, because everything that happens to you now will shape your older self. It's pretty good advice. I think we could all stand to do a little more self-reflection, perhaps, also. If you want to talk to Jason about his kilts or his spiritual practice or anything else, you will find him on the Kilts and Culture Facebook group. And if you have any friends or family who you want to nominate as a Kilt Ambassador, just drop an email to sales@usakilts.com.